Guys, we have Kevin Holiday here. Kevin Holiday is the father of my two kids, Cameron and Avery. And usually Cameron Holiday does these parent trainings with me, but because of COVID, we couldn't have him live. But I wanted to be able to give you guys an opportunity to kind of see how restorative can work in the family. So I remember a time, and tell me if you remember a time when Cameron was really struggling. And I remember you like, I'm taking the doors off the hinges. And we saw that little email that sent a red flag for us. And you were like, all right, we're going to have to do something. We were both worried about our son and his stepmom, Nikki. And so we just all figured out how to come together to help him. We had to do something different because what we were used to and what we did clearly was not working. And so, do you remember? Tell me a little bit about that first circle that I facilitated with you and Cameron. What was that like for you,
Uh,
that experience?
well, what it was that we all agreed that we had to come together. That was the number one thing. We agreed to come together, and as we came together, um, honestly, only thing I remember at first, it really everything in between was kind of a blur. But what happened at first was I remember you saying, "Hey, wait a minute, let me try this." And honestly, I can't remember the series of questions and so forth, but it was more than just people come together and well, let me tell my side, you tell your side, and you go from there.
This is my son, Cameron Holiday.
I mean, when you first asked me, I really just felt like it was just like useless. It wasn't going to do anything because my mindset at the time, it was already stuck in, the way that I was feeling and stuff. So I didn't think that there was any way to really get through and to build that connection and all that communication.
So, tell us a little bit about what you were feeling while you felt like you guys were stuck in that place.
I just felt like no matter what I did, there was always a problem with something, no matter how hard I tried. And when I would try to voice how I felt about certain things, it would just get shut down. So I wasn't being listened to. And it just kind of got me in a real bad headspace.
It was again, I don't know how you did it. What was the series of questions? But the way that the questions were arranged, we were able to hear each other.
Mm,
We were able to see each other.
mm,
Um, just in that moment, things change. Things in a relationship change. It was he seen my identity in the relationship. I seen his. Because any relationship there's roles. That needs to be played. And he seen what his role was. I seen what his role was, and the things that we both wanted for each other.
Because not only were you able to like speak without being interrupted or started an argument, but when you're in a controlled environment like that, it allows you to speak not just based on your emotions at the moment. So you're able to really get out exactly how you're feeling and it not be fueled by like rage or your depression or sadness and stuff like that.
so, where are you are now, you and Cameron? How are you guys doing?
Wow, it's a mature relationships. It's two mature adults, and I look at my son and I'm like, man, like it's a joy. It's a beauty.
So after we had the circle and I saw that he was making those attempts, and I noticed that his communication towards me started to change, which kind of really just lifted a huge weight off of my shoulders. And I feel like everyone's shoulders in the house because everyone was able to communicate more effectively.
Again, it gave an opportunity for him to tell what he felt, how he felt, and again, the communication. The communication barrier was taken away, and the way you facilitated it allowed it to happen. It was just, I want to say it was amazing, but really amazing because I see my son in a different light. He see me in a different light, and our relationship from there flourished.
What would you say to a parent who's desperate to like get their kid back?
Um, Well, I think it's what you just said. You go back in the day, it was children should be seen and not heard, and some of those remnants has been passed along with us. It's again my house, this that, but they're people too. They have feelings. They're going through things. In their social circles. Just in life in general. So they need to be heard. They need to know that they matter. What they feel, what they're going through. It counts for something.
And thank you, Kevin, for coming on this journey to share with other parents so that they may figure out how they cannot be right, but get it right.
Well, maybe outside of it's never too late, I would say the parents and the children, they both have their, differences when it comes to issues and their perspectives, but just putting in the effort alone goes a long way.
If you could say one thing to a youth or a teen that is really struggling to get along or hear their parents, what would you tell them?
Hmm, that's a hard question, but I think probably the main thing that I would say is step one is just don't give up. Because I know a lot of the people that I've seen in school, like my peers and stuff, when they had problems with their parents or in the home, they would tend to just shut it out and just leave it at that. But I think that there is always a way to make things better.
Thank you, baby. I love you so much. I'm so proud of you.